right, there are a lot of boys up here, and just to kind of put perspective on what they were able to do this year, we graduated or did not have come back all but one person who ran at CIF and state last year. So Zane was the only boy up here that had any experience beyond league, and coming in, that's not good for us. That's a recipe to just suffer in league and go and just show up at CIF, and what happens happens. And my expectations were not really that great coming into the season. I know it was going to be tough. But this group of boys decided that we were going to come out and compete. So they put in the summer, they put in the work, and somehow came out and just fought every single race. And we went through the season, and somehow we won the first cluster meet. And then unfortunately, that got sick, and so he wasn't able to finish the season, and we lost someone on our top three. And I thought, oh, that's it there. We're going to be done. And the boys, those back boys, everybody stepped up and found a way to win. We basically came in with a whole new team this year and won a league title. And got third to CIF. The boys were the fourth best team in San Diego with a whole new team. Went up to the state meet, and we had some spills. And got back up and kept running, so had a decent time. These, for the perspective, this boys team this year ran faster at CIF than we did last year. As a team, they were better. This is a better team this year than they were last year. It's a testament to the hard work and just the sheer effort and will that they put in to go out and win and fight and go in every step, and then to realize that every boy up here was important this year. Every boy mattered. Every point, every person, everybody was important. And so it was just amazing to see an amazing team effort this season. So we're going to start with Jet Kim. Jet is the only freshman up here. He ran Frosh all season, but he was consistently in the top 12 all year. Just kind of held that spot. So he earned a spot at league, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him improve in the next 3 years. And I know he has goals to beat all of his brother's times. So I'm excited to help him do that. So he ran 17:35 for 3 miles and 18:32 for 5K. Congratulations. All right, next up is Connor Cravella. Okay, Connor had a crazy good improvement this year. He was not even ran a league last year. He just came out and ran. He actually was thinking about not coming out for track last year, and I'm glad that he came out and kept running. And ended up being the alternate on the boys team, and the number 8 boy. He was CSA alternate PR by 40 seconds in the 3 mile, a minute in the 5K. Really came on over the last 3 races, and I'm really excited to watch him be one of the leaders next year as a senior, and just continue the success that we've had over the last several years. Next up is Alan. Alan is a sophomore. He's gonna die of diabetes and all this. It's his second year running. He just had an amazing improvement. We saw it start to happen during track season, and it's kind of continued over the summer. He PR'd by 2 minutes in the 3 mile, by 2.5 minutes in the 5K. He was in and out of the top 7 all year, and that's a great experience for him. And I, just like Connor, I'm looking forward to having him lead this team over the next 2 years as we continue forward. He ran 16:38 for 3 miles and 17:59 for 5K. Next up is Nolan. Nolan's also a sophomore. He started the season out a little timid, but he was there when it mattered at the end of the year. He learned how to go out and race hard, and that's really what's important this year, and he learned it right at the right times. He had a little bit of off day at league, came back the next week at CIF and just had an amazing race, best race of the year, and it helped with one of our guys being sick. He was the difference in us getting third place there. Carried and picked up some of the slack. He had a minute and 3 second PR for 5K, and about the same amount in the 3 mile. He will be one of those guys leading us next year. He'll be up there with Rohan, one of the two. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. He ran 16:13 for 3 miles this year and 17:18 for 5K. And again, I'm looking forward to his future. Right. Next up is Josh. So Josh started out just having an amazing year, and he has grown about 6 inches since the last time he was up here. His body, again, one of those things, when boys grow, their body says, no, you're not running anymore. And we don't really know what was happening, but his body said no. And unfortunately, it stopped him from being able to finish the season this year, but he is, again, he's going to be, his junior, next year he's going to be senior, he's going to be a big part of what we're going to be able to do, and I'm looking forward to keeping him going. Even with the injuries, he ran 17:40 PR for 3 miles, so again, I'm excited to see how things go. All right, next up is Danny Herrick. Danny's like one of those guys, again, a lot of them up here do this, but all he wants to do is get better. He asks questions, how can he improve, what can he do different, how do we stretch different, how do I stretch this or that, or what can I do to be better, what's the little things I can do, and it shows. He, as a junior this year, last year wasn't on the league team, came out and was consistently in the top 7, ran state this year, was a big part of that group of guys who helped us win a league title, be third at CIF. And looking forward to hopefully getting him to move up a big chunk next year so we can be just as competitive. He ran a 30-second 3-mile PR and a minute 30-second 5K PR to run 16:14 for 3 miles and 16:58 for 5K. Congratulations. Next up is Andrew Holden. All right, Andrew's a sophomore this year. It's the 2nd year running. And he ended up running both on varsity and JV, kind of back and forth this year, kind of depending on how the other races went. Ended up, again, being on the league team. And he, again, with that group of young guys that we have, is going to be leading the way over the next 2 years. He ran 2 minutes and 30 seconds faster in the 3 mile this year, ran 17:07, and I'm really excited for his future. Right. Next up is Johnson. Alright, Johnson's a junior. It's his 2nd season though, but he was one of our key guys at the end. Just again, there's a group of the guys at the back that 5 through 7 that were just all together, interchangeable, being right where they need to be to be able to get us the times that we need. He ran a minute faster in his 5K this year, and he was 21st at league, 1 spot away from 2nd team all the way, 2 seconds, right there. I was yelling at him the whole time. I told him. But he had an amazing season. I'm looking forward to him doing much better than 21st next year. He ran 16:32 for 3 miles and 17:25 for 5K. All right. Next up is Rohan. Rohan was our number 4 for a lot of the year, and ended up as our number 3. And he is one of the better number 3 and number 4 runners in the county. There are not many people. He would be number 1 on a lot of other teams, and his improvement was amazing this year. He ran 28 seconds faster for 3 miles and a minute and 20 seconds faster in the 5K. He got sick, unfortunately, at the end of the year, and it really showed at CIF. He got out there and he just fought every step to kind of hold his position and do what he had to do to get us to state, and just kind of kept working. And I'm really looking forward to the improvement that he's going to have over the next year when he comes back and really is, I think, the main leader next year on the team. This year he ran 15:40 for 3 miles and 16:24 for 5K. Congratulations. Next up is Tucker. Tucker's a senior, and he is a first-year cross-country runner. He ran the sprints and track last year, primarily the 400, and so continued to work on that. He came out and decided that he was gonna get cardio ready for this spring. He came out and just worked really, really hard. For someone who was not a distance runner to come out and put in the mileage he put in, just like those other JV guys, he just worked really, really hard, and the track is going to be a lot easier for him. So he raced better and better every week. The more he learned how to race longer distances, the better he got. He ended up running 19:05 for 3 miles and 20:41 for 5K. Next up is Caleb. And Caleb's a 4-year senior. Yeah, and he does not run track, so he plays lacrosse in the spring. So again, he's one of those guys that he loses a little bit, but he still comes back and works his butt off and still PRs in the fall. He's just always helpful, always there. He PR'd by 30 seconds in the 5K, by 3 seconds in the 3 mile, but still PRs. And ran 18:09 in the 3 miles and 19:49 in the 5K, and he's going to be missed. Next up is Shane Tasker. Shane is a senior, but he only ran here 3 seasons. He decided not to come out that first year and then changed his mind after he saw his brother just suffer for a year. But he had an amazing season. He's got a great attitude. He's a great leader. There's 62 boys on the team. There's a lot of other people who got to carry. There can't just be 2 people leading. And there's a lot of seniors up here, and he's one of them that did a great job working with the young guys and really being a leader for us. And I am going to miss having that around next year. He had a 90-second PR in the 5K and a 4-second 3 mile PR to run 18:37 and 19:29 for 3 miles and 5K. Next up is Connor Good. Connor had an amazing season. He, if you look back at even the Varsity career, he's gotten better and better every year, and this wasn't any different. Great way to end his senior year. He's also a 4-year senior. He PR'd by 20 seconds in the 3 mile and 1 minute and 40 seconds in the 5K to run 18:05 and 18:52. Again, you're going to have Easton having him around. Next up is Ryan Snyder. Ryan is a 4-year senior, and he not only does he not run track in the spring, he plays basketball in the winter and then baseball in the spring. So he doesn't really get the cardio that he needs to come back every year, but he comes back and just kind of like Caleb, he has success, and he comes down and works hard. Success, I know, but still success. But he had he's a great teammate. He's a good leader. He's quiet. He does all the work, but he's there. And he gives such a great example for everybody else. Not maybe the year he wanted to have this year, but he still was able to run 19:18 for 3 miles, and definitely going to miss having him around. Okay, next up is Luke Tasker. Luke is a 4-year senior, but he has had so much growth from his freshman year to this year. Freshman year, we were struggling just to come out and race, and now we're coming out and not just wanting to race, but wanting to be better, figuring out how to do different things. It's a completely different Luke when he comes out on the course, and I am so proud of what he's been able to do. Just to give you an example, he PR'd by 2 minutes in the 3 mile this year, and that's a 5-minute PR from his freshman year. He PR'd by 5 minutes in the 5K this year, from his freshman year, and had a minute PR from the 5K this year, so 19:36. Just had an outstanding year, an outstanding career, and I am really, really proud of what he's done on the business. Next up is Stanley. 4-year senior. He had an outstanding year. At the beginning of the season, he asked what it was going to take to get a league spot. And I said, you just got to work hard and keep working, and just don't worry about your spot, but just go put in the work during the season. And it ended up working out for him. He ended up being the number 12, 11 guy at the end of the year, got his league spot, had a 1:09 3-mile PR, around 17:57. He's done everything this year, and they're helping organize things, go when I need help, do all the little things that are important for there to be done, and I'm gonna miss having him around. All right, next up is Zach Grissom. Zach is a 4-year senior. His freshman year was cut short by an ankle injury and foot injury. And then it kind of took a couple years to get it back. And then he came back. Right, and this was having an amazing season this year. Came back and was one of the last guys to run the league last year, number 12 guy, I think. And then came back and was number 3 guy on the team this year, number 2 guy on the team this year, number 1 guy on the team this year. They were trading places all season. And has had an amazing start to his season, man. 80 seconds faster in the 3-mile, 2 minutes and 50 seconds faster in the 5K, ran 15:17 for 3-mile PR and 15:58 for 5K. Just had an amazing start. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to finish it out, but I am super excited to hopefully get him back for track season and we can finish on a high note. So congratulations. All right, next up is Zane. Zane is a senior, but it's his only 3rd year running for us. He was number 1 returner from last year. Came out and kind of just took over that role. Was there all season doing the things that we needed to be done at the front to help us score the least amount of points. He ran a 55-second 3-mile PR to run 15:03 for 3 miles. Ran a 1:30 PR in the 5K to run 50:52. Unfortunately, got knocked down in the first 150 meters at state last week, so didn't have the last finish to his senior in cross country that we wanted, but first team all league, second team all CAF. It's a great, outstanding senior season cross country. I'm looking forward to track where we can finish it strong. All right, and then last up should be Alex Wild. Benji will be last. You're first on my list with Benji. Alex came in, again, was the alternate last year, was number 8 guy, so he got to watch up at state last year, got to watch at CIF, and I hope that kind of lit a fire in him, with him a little bit, because he just came in and put in a ton of work over track and over the summer to come back and just have an outstanding year. Again, he worked between 1st, 2nd, or 3rd on our team this season. Actually ended up being the number 1 guy at CIF in the state meet. He is number 4 all-time on the state course for our school. He ran a 1:30 faster for 5K to run 16:07. There's definitely a lot more in him there. And he ran 55 seconds faster last year in the 3-mile to run 15:25. Again, just had an outstanding year, and I'm really looking forward to track season.
Yeah, kid!
All right, Benji's a junior, and we actually had kind of a rough start to the season. He got not really sick or hurt or anything, but just kind of fatigued. He does a lot. He's a marching band. Does all kinds of things. But as he got healthier, he is one of the huge reasons these boys got to the state meet. Just came out in the last 3 races, just ran as hard as he could and just held on the spots. Just held guys off over the last 800 meters of races. He ran a minute faster in the 5K. He ran 17:02. Ran about similar PR in the 3-mile. Ran 16:42. I'm really looking forward to the next year with him. So congratulations. All right, these are the Varsity boys.